It is a mental time of year. For those that think this is the downtime in a koi season, there's never a downtime here, but I don't allow there to be one, to be fair. I've got to keep pushing and driving and progressing things as much as we can. And this is just a fish house. Never mind the business and the development of that side of stuff, the website, the sales, it just can't ever stop. Okay, so today, another one of them sort outs, getting organised, because yeah, space is like driving me bonkers at the minute. So I've got the pond here in front of me, which has ended up with the best of my Sakai fish, the best of my Dragon Balls, the best of the Dainichi, and the best of the Shisuian, and some of the best of the Momotaro. Only a few though. I took some fish out here, you saw in one of the last videos. My plan was to kind of just have 20 or 30 top pieces in here, raising through over winter. Don't know if we're going to get to that. I've got a few more ponds sorted out now in a few other places. So yeah, I'm going to have a flip through, see where we got. Those ponds have been cleaned out. They need something in them to get the filters seeded, ready for when new fish are coming in, so they're not being dropped onto a filter that's not had any load on it for a while. Hence why I'm doing this now. It's probably realistically in a month or 6 weeks time going to need a shuffle around, but in the interim it sort of makes sense. So yeah, there we go. Because it's not always straightforward, and this is what I'm having to do, working around the space I've got. I know I've got a lot of ponds, but it's not enough for what we're doing raising wise, and the biggest issue is I've got no heating outside, which, fingers crossed, I've got the plumbers coming back who installed my heating system on Thursday, and they're going to have a look because they think the boiler's got enough capacity to actually run one of the outside areas, which would mean putting 13 more ponds on heat, which would be absolutely amazing. Best Christmas present anyone could give me. So yeah, I'll show you this pond, we'll get them netted up, and let's see where we get to. So there's my view right now. Let's see what conundrum this is going to be. I mean, this is just like holy shit times 10. The culmination of some very ballsy moves, huge batches of fish. I mean, this, although this is good, this has come from the result of thousands of toast I whittled down to this, but you will struggle to find this alone in any one place anywhere else in Europe, I'd say. Make me very proud. So here I've got 41. I think it's a bad first attempt. So I'm just going to sort these back into the pond now in order of my absolute best down and see where we get. You see there's just some insane, this is actually a Dainichi Kohaku, owned by Sunnybank Koi, that we've been raising. Insane piece. One of my Dainichi Kohaku. Got Sakai Sankis, absolute beasts. Sakai Kohaku to male. Just goes on and on and on really. So yeah, let's see what we can do. There we go, 30 I got it to. 30 back in the pond, we're cranking the heat up. See what we can actually get them to. These, no slouches by any means, just obviously going to get moved to another pond for now. At some point we'll get around to photographing them, listing them, selling them, doing something like that. It's pretty phenomenal stuff. These still superb, quite a lot of female fish in there as well. And then Shisui Heaven. Look at that lot.
That could be a tough fix.
So that's that one done. Kind of happy with that. I'm certainly happy with this pond, to be fair. 30 pieces. Really top drawer. That's 30 pieces from, what did we have there? 300 Sakai Dragon Balls, 1050 Sakai and 750 Dainichi. It's not to say, obviously that's just that highest level, because look at, obviously that pond, to give that up, it's a big investment for the company. You know, those fish have got to recover that at some point, so they've really got to be worth adding all that extra value into, all that extra sake, akare and all the rest of it. So yeah, I flipped this round. I think there's 60 fish gone in here, Shisui and more go Sankey as well. Still of a really high caliber. This is just the dilemma you have. I can't keep growing everything through, because after that investment it becomes more expensive, it limits the market for the customers. Yeah, it's the challenges. So yeah, these will just be kept conditioned, and we'll just put them on the agenda to start photographing and documenting them next week, so we can start getting this stuff trickling through on the website and whatnot. But yeah, cracking results. Can't knock that for one moment. But my Shisuis, those Kawakami Shisui are insane. Yeah, on to the next one now. So on that agenda is this pond over my shoulder. Dainichi Sansai, mainly male bits. Pond in front of me now, got a load of other 3-year fish, and then my biggest lumps up the top. So I'll just end with a quick look at these 2 ponds we've sorted. And then on to the next day, got to get in, get some pictures edited up for the next dealer auction. Working on a couple of shipments at the minute as well. Little things spinning in Japan, my head is going fucking ballistic. So I don't know how I managed to sleep, to be fair. Here's this lot. Settling in. You see we've used we just stick some boxes around for the first few days as they settle in. It's the only time they get a bit jumpy and they settle down after that. It is an identical pond as well, which makes it easier. It's not a foreign environment or smaller, so they adjust quite well. Even that alone is just still a phenomenal pond full of fish. And the 30 left in here now. See, they have got some space. This pond's only about 17 at the minute. I'm waiting to crank it up, but we have kind of got a leak on the system, the heating system. We've isolated it to this pond and another one. You can imagine with 18 heat exchangers on it, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. We are getting there, so we've just got to do some further investigation, and hopefully we can get it cranked up then and get the feeder back on. And this is the pond due for harvesting shortly. So I'm just going to share with you one more thing, because this is something that is going to be a game changer. I mentioned earlier about the heating, so I'll show you that area. And then I'm getting close now to finishing plans. We've just been discussing actually kind of the plan for getting the development of this area I'm looking at done. So this is the first area to develop. I think I have shown this before, but we took a greenhouse down identical to that one, identical setup as well. And my plan is to put one pond in here, which I think is going to be circa 10 to 12,000 gallon, depending on what depth we can actually get in the end for me raising the bigger fish, because I've done well this year with them, but the ponds are just too small. Big fish need big ponds to really truly raise them to that Japanese level. It's absolutely essential. And then this one still to be demolished, but the plan is we'll use this area to get all the materials in, get all the muck away from this one first, and get this done before we then finish that one. So I'm toying with the idea at the minute between 4 ponds or 6. I'm not quite sure. I'm more than likely going to head with the 4, to be honest. I'll be popping this fish house up for sale again soon when it's ready. I do just need it. It's there for backup at the minute, but it is looking tired. 7 individual ponds in there. Yeah, most are turned off now. I think we've only got the 2 running. So we'll see. We'll see. Do need to finish them plans, and as soon as I've done it, I will be sharing that with you, so you can come along on that journey. And then I've got this pond here. This is just actually cooling some fish down at the minute. They've come from indoors in the warm. Another cracking pond full of stuff. I'm actually waiting for one of the electric heaters to arrive for this pond, so I can move these fish and crank this up in order to get the bigger fish out that I'm due to harvest, set them down. But this is actually the area that the plumbers are coming to look at next week to see if we can get the feed from the boiler. It should be doable. They're saying the capacity is here, the feed's not that complicated. So we've got 6, 8, 11 ponds in here altogether. And hopefully they'll just be able to tag that one on there as well, pond 17. So it is a mental time of year for those that think this is the downtime in a koi season. There's never a downtime here, but I don't allow there to be one, to be fair. I've got to keep pushing and driving and progressing things as much as we can. And this is just a fish house. Never mind the business and the development of that side of stuff, the website, the sales, it just can't ever stop. So yeah, I've got some exciting news coming soon about a project I'm working on in Japan, so can't wait to get to share that one with you. We're not too far now. But yeah, that's it for another day, so I'm going to get on the computer and check back soon.